Hi, my name's Dwayne with Emigh Hardware in Sacramento, California, and I want to talk to you about some frost protection for plants that could be tender when we have freeze nights. So the first thing about frost is you could either have a forecast for a light frost or a hard frost, and I want to explain the difference between those two. A light frost would be anything below 32 degrees down to 26 degrees Fahrenheit. That would be less than 4 hours. And a hard frost would be anything below 26 degrees Fahrenheit for longer than 4 hours. And that makes a big difference because if it's below 26 degrees Fahrenheit and it's longer than 4 hours, you really have the opportunity for something to lose a lot of thermal mass. I have some products here that I want to talk about for frost protection, but the first important thing that you could do to protect a plant from frost is to make sure that it is adequately watered before the frost arrives so that it has time to take that water up through the roots and circulate it throughout the entire system of the plant. That will increase the thermal mass of the plant and make it more resistant to freezing. Some of the other techniques that can be used to provide some frost protection would be with a cover of a frost blanket, and this is a spun fabric, and this can go over the plant and it can be left on for several days because it will allow some light to transmit through to allow for photosynthesis. And then this material can be cut with scissors. It could also be stapled to the ground with landscape staples by pinning it in place, holding it in place over the plant. The other thing is if it's particularly large and you need to secure it in more areas, you could always use clothespins, clothespin the cloth to the stems of the plant. If we're going to be getting a forecast that's definitely a hard freeze and you're using these three products, the staples, the clothespins, and the frost cloth, to protect, you can add one additional layer of protection, and that's using the old-fashioned Christmas lights. So these are not LED and they're not low power or low wattage. These are the old-fashioned ones that can generate some heat. So by stringing these underneath the frost cloth, this will generate some heat that's usually enough to prevent the frost from settling onto the plant. You can really offer yourself the best layering of protection against frost damage. Thank you.